Hey guys, Jonathan was out here for JM Sports 100 and the JM Sports Show. How is it going? I'm here to make college football picks for Saturday, September 8th, 2018. It is week 2 in the 2018 NCAA college football season. And we are coming off of a week last week that saw us go 52-9 to start off our season. Actually, scratched that. We went 52-9 on Saturday. Overall, we went 70-13. We lost the last couple of games, the game on Sunday and the game on Monday, but still an overall good week. 70-13 there. If you add that to what was week 0 to begin the college football season, we have a record of 74-14 on the year, 4,726 wins, 1,552 losses. By the way, that does include also the 1-0 that we are this week. There's been one game picked on Facebook, and we had TCU, 16th ranked TCU, beating SMU. They did that 42-12. So here we go. Let's take a look at the picks for Saturday. Not a ton as far as big time matchups. I don't think it's mostly a lot of teams counting victories, I guess you could say, or at least a lot of better teams playing teams that aren't as great. But here we go. New Mexico and 5th ranked Wisconsin will start us off. I'm going to go with the Badgers. Next up, we have 18th ranked Mississippi State and Kansas State. I'm going to go with Mississippi State. Western Michigan takes on 21st ranked Michigan. I'm going to go with Michigan here. Michigan needs a big time win. I think they get it easily at the big house, but after the performance, the poor performance that they had against Notre Dame last weekend, they definitely need a big performance here this weekend. Towson takes on Wake Forest. I'm going to go with Wake Forest, Eastern Michigan, and Purdue. Give me Purdue, Liberty, and Army. I am going to go with Army in that game. There, Liberty won their first game as an FBS school. They beat Old Dominion last week. I think they come down a little bit this week and lose to Army. Nevada and Vanderbilt, I'm going to go with Vandy in that game. Arizona and Houston, I'm going to go with Houston to ruin Kevin Sumlin's return to Houston. Of course, he used to coach there with the Cougars, now with Arizona. Duke taking on Northwestern. I'm going to go with Northwestern. Georgia Tech and South Florida. Give me Georgia Tech. Georgia State and North Carolina State. I'm going to go with NC State. UCLA takes on 6th ranked Oklahoma. I'm going to go with Oklahoma. I'm going Oklahoma big here. Oklahoma looked very, very good last weekend. I know that they played Florida Atlantic, but they looked super good. This is a really good Sooner football team. Holy Cross takes on Boston College. I'm going to go with Boston College. William and Mary takes on 12th ranked Virginia Tech. I'm going to go with Virginia Tech. Portland takes on 23rd ranked Oregon. Give me Oregon. Air Force takes on the aforementioned Florida Atlantic. I'm going to go with FAU to get the win in this game here. Kansas takes on Central Michigan. I am going to go with Central Michigan. Arkansas State, number 1 Alabama. Give me the Crimson Tide. Number 3 Georgia takes on number 24 South Carolina. I'm going to go with Georgia. Rutgers takes on 4th ranked Ohio State. Give me Ohio State in that game. Ball State and 8th ranked Notre Dame. Give me Notre Dame. Colorado and Nebraska. I think this will be a good one. I do have Nebraska getting the win. However, Buffalo takes on Temple. I'm going to go with Temple, Memphis, and Navy. Give me Memphis. North Carolina and East Carolina. Give me North Carolina. Wagner takes on Syracuse. I'm going to go with Syracuse to get the win there in the Carrier Dome. Howard takes on Kent State. I'm going to go with Kent State. Lamar and Texas Tech. Give me Texas Tech. Southern Miss and Ole Miss. Or Southern Illinois, pardon me, and Ole Miss. I'm going to go with Ole Miss in that game. East Tennessee State taking on Tennessee. I'm going to go with the Volunteers. North Dakota takes on 9th ranked Washington. Give me Washington. Iowa State takes on Iowa. I do think this will be a decent game right here. By the way, I'll mention it in a second. I'm gonna go with Iowa to win this game. These games are always tight between Iowa and Iowa State. I'm going to make this. I have Iowa getting the win. I'm gonna make this my straight up lock of the week and my lock of the week against the spread. The spread is Iowa, a 3-point favorite in this game against Iowa State. I really like Iowa's quarterback Nate Stanley. I think he's a very, very talented guy, very talented player. And I do feel fairly comfortable in doing that. However, it's always fun to try to lock the Iowa State games because they have been known to have some very competitive matchups. By the way, we are 1-0 straight up, again, lock of the week straight up, and lock of the week against the spread last week, as we did have Auburn in both of those games. Auburn straight up getting the win against Washington and covering the 2-point spread, which they did that as well. So we are 1-0 in both situations there. And a lot of times I'm not going to take both straight up and against the spread in the same game. However, it just so happens first 2 weeks of the season I did it this year. So we'll see how that works for us. And here we go. Let's get back to it with Youngstown State and number 14 West Virginia. I'm going to go with West Virginia. South Carolina State takes on 19th ranked UCF. I'm going to go with UCF. Savannah State takes on number 22 Miami. I'm going to go with the Canes. Canes bounce back after the loss to LSU last weekend. Maryland takes on Bowling Green. I'm going to go with Maryland. UMass takes on Georgia Southern. I'm going to go with Georgia Southern. Appalachian State and Charlotte. Give me App State. Eastern Kentucky takes on Marshall. I'm going to go with Marshall. Number 2 Clemson takes on Texas A&M. I'm going to go with Clemson. Southern Louisiana and 11th ranked LSU. Give me LSU. UT Martin and Middle Tennessee. Give me Middle Tennessee. Next up we have Southern taking on Louisiana Tech. I'm going to go with Louisiana Tech. University of Louisiana Monroe takes on Southern Miss. I'm going to go with Southern Mississippi. UAB and Coastal Carolina. Give me UAB. Baylor and UTSA. Give me Baylor. Wyoming and Missouri. Give me Missouri. Texas Southern and Texas State. Give me Texas State. Florida A&M taking on Troy. I'm going to go with Troy. Samford takes on Florida State. I am going to go with Florida State. Alabama State and 7th ranked Auburn. Give me Auburn. Kentucky takes on 25th ranked Florida. I'm going to go with the Gators. Western Illinois and Illinois. I'm going to go with Illinois. Next up we have Virginia and Indiana. Give me the Hoosiers. Arkansas takes on Colorado State. I'm going to go with Arkansas. Utah and Northern Illinois. Give me Utah. Maine and Western Kentucky. I'm going to go with Western Kentucky. Florida International and Old Dominion. I'm going to go with Florida International, actually, to get the win in that one. Incarnate Word takes on North Texas. I'm going to go with North Texas. Fresno State and Minnesota. Give me the Gophers. 13th ranked Penn State and Pittsburgh. I'm going to go with Penn State. That's another one of those games that can be kind of tricky to pick. Pittsburgh plays Penn State pretty hard usually in that in-state matchup there. In Mexico State and Utah State, give me Utah State. South Alabama and Oklahoma State, give me Oklahoma State. Tulsa takes on Texas. Give me Texas. Bounce back after the loss to Maryland. Nichols takes on Tulane. I'm going to go with Tulane. Southern Utah and Oregon State, give me Oregon State. Cincinnati and Miami, Ohio. Give me Cincinnati. 17th ranked USC. 10th ranked Stanford. Okay, so here's the deal with this game here. I do have Stanford getting the win. It's USC. It's Stanford. This game will be competitive. It always is. However, there's one big key to me, and that is Stanford and Bryce Love. And the fact that USC has really struggled with Bryce Love in his college career. I expect that to happen. Plus, USC has a freshman quarterback who played really well last week, but he is a freshman quarterback on the road, and I just don't like those odds for USC. I think the game is close. I am going to go with Stanford, though, to get the win. UTEP takes on UNLV. Give me UNLV. Sacramento State and San Diego State. Give me San Diego State. UConn and 20th ranked Boise State. Give me Boise State. Cal takes on BYU. I'm going to go with BYU in that game. Next up, we have 15th ranked Michigan State and Arizona State. Give me Michigan State. San Jose State takes on Washington State, and I'm going to go with Washington State. And last but not least, we have Rice and Hawai'i. And I'm going to, for the first time, buy into the Hawai'i hype. They're 2-0 so far this season, and I have not been high on them at all. And I've picked them both times to lose, and they have not. I'm finally going to buy into the hype. I am going to finally go with them. So, we'll see how that goes for me there. Also, by the way, I know I go through the picks kind of fast. That is to get this video done quicker. If you ever miss any picks or anything, I started doing this year because I've been asked to do it several times. The picks are down in the description. So every pick is down there in the description, including my lock of the week, and both straight up and against the spread. are highlighted, so check those out if you ever need to as well. And also, while you're down there, don't forget to like the Jam Sports Show page on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Links as always are down in the description. That is going to do it for me, by the way. NFL picks are up as well, already, so go ahead and check those out on the channel. It is divided into two parts this season. In the first part, I explain why that is. Until next time, I am Jonathan with up for Jam Sports 100 and the Jam Sports Show, and I will see you guys later.